So putting together these two things, the fact of serving somebody and to be useful to somebody, because literally in Italian, when I talk about somebody that I need, I tell them, you serve me, mi servi, you serve me. It doesn't mean that I compel you to serve me. No, it means I need you. The only reason that we exist is because we are here to be at other people's disposal. In other words, we are here to serve. Now, you can say that we're here for many reasons, but ultimately, it all comes down to serve somebody. Whatever you do in your work, in your private life, if you get married and you're a husband, you're there for a reason. You're there to serve. If you're a wife, you're there to serve. You have children, you're there to serve them. Whatever you do is because it will enable other people to somehow be in a better place. Little or more, doesn't matter, a little better than before. If you do not identify yourself with this, then you have a big, big problem, because this is an existential thing. In religions, for example, the concept of service is very important. So many people say, yeah, but that's religion. That's another thing. It doesn't have anything to do with worldly matters. Oh, you can't be more wrong. It matters a lot. Service is like everything is paramount. There's nothing else more than that. You can make money. And as a matter of fact, the better you serve, the more money you will make. So the two concepts, when I say to serve, I'm not saying that you have to do it freely. You can also do it freely. As a matter of fact, you do it freely most of the time. Because when you're outside of work and you do things for your friends, for your family, you are serving them freely. But you can also get paid for that. And people love those who serve them well. Because if you have two companies or two businesses that produce and give you the same product, who will you give the money to? Well, perhaps one is a little cheaper, a little more expensive, whatever, and so you can make that type of calculation. But basically, it's because you feel more at home with someone than somebody else, because you trust them more, because you like the way he communicates with you. That's all service. Anything that does not pertain to the product itself, to the specific product, anything that goes around that is service. And that's how you make the real money, not by the product, but by the service. That's how important it is. Now, I'm not here to say what you should serve freely, what you should serve by being paid. I don't want to get into that. You'll find your way. It's not the point of this episode. Here, the point of this episode is to make it clear for you how important service is and how important it is for you to find which service you are strong at and that you can apply immediately in your life. Let's say at work. Then if you need to be at service, for example, in your family, okay, you can adapt that somehow, as long as you know the basics of that, of how it works. And I'll be talking about that here. So in Italian, the word service, or to serve, the verb to serve, has two meanings. One is the same as in English. I serve you. I do something for you. I do it freely or I do it by being paid, doesn't make any difference, as I said. But I'm here to serve you. I'm here to be on your side, to help you if you need it, to support you if you need it. That's serving, right? But there's another meaning in Italian. It's not the same in English for the verb to serve. And that means to be useful. That's strong. Because you can serve, but if you do not have the skills, the capacities, the will, the attitude to serve somebody in a certain way, then you're not that useful. For example, you ask me for a favor, sure, I'll do it when I want, if I feel like it, if I don't have anything else to do. You're not serving. That's not the right attitude. And you're not useful either. So putting together these two things, the fact of serving somebody and to be useful to somebody, because literally in Italian, when I talk about somebody that I need, I tell him, you serve me, mi servi, you serve me. It doesn't mean that I compel you to serve me. No, it means I need you. And I need you, nobody else. Because only you can understand me because, I don't know, we've been friends for years, or because you have the competence, the skills, the knowledge, whatever. We'll talk about that. That you can be useful for me. So you're the perfect person, and that's why you serve me. So the most beautiful thing that you can tell somebody is, I'm here to serve you, which between brackets means you need me. And it's okay, even if you don't want to admit it, because many people are very proud. I don't need your help. I can do it on my own, which is a stupid thing to do. It's just ego, just pride, empty pride. But when people feel that you are there for them and you're exactly the person that they need, for example, to solve a problem, you are priceless. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, don't forget to click on the like button. And if you don't want to miss more videos like this that can contribute to your personal and professional growth, subscribe now to the channel. Now, apart from friends, let's say your customers, do they need you? Or they can do without you because there's somebody else that can do the same for them? Okay, that's the question. Of course, you're going to get paid, and your competitor eventually would get paid. But why not you? Why shouldn't it be you? So what do you have to convey to others so that they understand that you want to serve them? First of all, that they need you. You're not going to tell them that, of course. Oh, no, you cannot do without me. No, no, no. Okay. But they must have the feeling that you're the only person that can really be besides them in a certain moment of their lives. Whether it's for, pain, to avoid pain, or to get away from pain, or to get pleasure. Okay. So, for example, you sell luxury cars. Usually people do not need that. They want it because it's a beautiful car and they'll be willing to pay for it. So that's a little difference, even though even there, you can be of service to that person, because there's nothing wrong to fulfill a want, to fulfill a desire. It's not immoral. So you can also do that with things that people don't need. That's not the point. The point is, are you the person that those people somehow need, even if they want, but they need you to have that want? Get that? That is what makes the difference. Now, the thing is, we are too obsessed with the material side of things. We feel a need, or we think that we feel the need for something if it's material, money, or things that I must use that I cannot afford, I don't have, for some reason, not only because you cannot afford, but because you can't find it. Okay, or it's too expensive. So you do have money, but for that, it's too expensive for you. Whatever that is, we are stuck on the material. And that's normal, because that's where, very often the material aspect is what makes the difference between living and dying. Okay, if you are sick, if you're ill and you need medical treatment and you don't have the money, it makes a difference between life and death. So of course your mind, which is very materialistic, will insist on the fact that you focus on the material side of things. But it's not only that, because if it's just material, there are competitors. And in your field, I'm sure you have many competitors that focus on what they need materially. And materially can also mean, for example, services. Okay. For example, if you need a lawyer because you've been indicted for some felony, even if you're innocent, for example, that is not material. Freedom is not material. And you will be willing, however, to put your money there in order to be free. So it does have a value, which money can buy. Okay. But once you have what you need for material purposes, there are other things that become important. And you want to deal with people that have a relational and an emotional approach to things that are very akin with what you feel yourself. And so you trust the person. So even if you have to pay that person a little more, you will give that person more money. And for example, values, the fact that a person is a very principled person, principle centered person that adheres by the laws of the universe, of nature, of morals, whatever you want to call it. Even that is important, because a person can have the right product, he can be great in communications, but he's a crook. Okay, and doesn't care about you. So that's perhaps even the most important thing. But these come at a later stage of our development, when we understand that the material things are not the only things that count. So in order for you to be in a position where you can convey to other people that you're the best person that can serve them, and in other words, it means that I am the most useful person for them, you need to focus on three things. The first thing is, what talents do you have? What do you feel you were born for? Some people have talents for drawing, for mathematics, for writing, for music, for many things, for management. Okay. If we feel and certainly, and when we have that type of talent, we also feel it inside that that is the only thing we need to do and we want to do. So if you have the thing, don't think about now, well, will I be able to do it? Oh, I'll never be able to do that anyway. I will never be able to put into practice and to put into a job what I have a talent for. Don't do that now. Don't make that kind of game with yourself now at this stage. Just put down this talent or these two talents. I don't think that nobody's a Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, it comes one in a millennium like him, so you don't have to have 6 talents. 2 are fantastic. You have at least one. But if you have even more than one, it's okay. Put it down. The other thing is the knowledge. What do you know? What do you understand? What do you look for? What is your competence? What are you good at? Well, that's more talent. But what is something that you have because of experience developed? That's part of the game. It's not about talent. And the third thing is, who is your hero? Just one. I'm not talking about the Marvel heroes, okay? No, Justice League, that stuff. No, I'm not talking about those. Who are an historical figure, for example, or who knows, a famous one, or it can be a person that is very close to you. No, your father, maybe a hero, your mother, or other people. Who is it, and why? For sure, there are values involved in here. So get them. Try to understand what they are, these values. If you like that hero, it's because that hero is very much into living his values. And if that is that hero for you, it means that you're connected with those same types of values. Put them down and put them together, and you will find out what what you can be useful for. And you will understand that you're unique in this. Now, I never say this straightforward during an episode. I write it down in other places, but never directly in an episode. And I don't think I'll do it again. If you feel that something that I said here has touched you in some way, do not hesitate to get in touch with me and book with me a 30, 45-minute consulting session with me. Okay? It's free. And I am not going to sell you anything, nor promote to you anything. Okay? And I'm telling you straightforward, it's on tape, as we used to say, it's recorded. So if I do so, okay, you can destroy me on the net. So I'm very serious about this. Why am I doing this? Because I know how important that is. And that's why this is the service that I want to give. And it's a free service, and it's a great service because it can help you a lot in being, either becoming or being the person that you want to be, that is unique in its kind. Okay. So please do that. You can look for me in my site, my website, or you can send me an email, and I'll write it down. You can see them. So do not hesitate to do that. It'll be very worthwhile. Then, of course, if you want to do more, I'm not going to ask you, but if you do, I'm here. But that's another thing. Okay. See you next time.